SpongeZilla Attacks. It was a dark and spooky Halloween. SpongeBob and his best friend Patrick were watching a scary movie marathon. SpongeBob didn't want Patrick to know that he was afraid, so he pretended to be brave. "You're not scared, are you, Patrick?" SpongeBob asked. "No way," Patrick replied. "Are you?" "Of course not," SpongeBob said. Later that night, SpongeBob climbed into bed, but he couldn't sleep. His room seemed darker than usual. Eerie shadows crept across the floor, strange shapes floated in the corners. Even Gary's gentle snore made SpongeBob shiver with fear. SpongeBob tossed and turned. After a while, his eyelids grew heavy. He was just about to drift off to sleep when a loud noise startled him. SpongeBob jumped out of bed and ran into the living room to find out what made the noise. He peered through the window and saw something very strange. It was a giant, shiny, black shoe. Then SpongeBob heard a rumbling sound. The roof of his house ripped right off. In its place, a giant yellow monster stared down at SpongeBob. The creature roared and reached for SpongeBob with its huge yellow fingers. "Ah!" SpongeBob yelled. This was just like a scary movie come true. SpongeBob dodged the monster's grasp and hurried out the front door. He ran to Patrick's house. "Hey, help, Patrick!" SpongeBob cried. "It's a monster!" Monster? Where? Patrick asked nervously. "Outside!" SpongeBob answered, pointing. Patrick lifted his paw to take a peek. "Whoa, SpongeBob, you're huge! I think you ate a little too much popcorn," said Patrick. "No, Patrick, I'm over here," SpongeBob replied. Then what tell? "Ah, the monster!" Patrick screamed as he realized who was who. Just then, the yellow, angry giant kicked Patrick's house into the air. SpongeBob and Patrick ran for cover. They hid in the field of kelp as the monster stomped past them, crushing bones along the way. Have you ever seen anything so scary, Patrick?" SpongeBob cried. "Well, kinda," Patrick replied. "What do you mean, kinda?" asked SpongeBob. That monster reminds me of someone," said Patrick. "Who?" SpongeBob asked. "Well, gee, SpongeBob, he's like a giant angry eel," Patrick answered. "You're right, I know. It look familiar," SpongeBob said. "It's like a SpongeZilla. How are we going to stop it?" "We should try to make it happy," Patrick suggested. "Maybe then it will stop crushing things." "Great idea, Patrick," SpongeBob replied. Patrick and SpongeBob thought of ways to make SpongeZilla happy. "What makes me happy when I'm upset?" asked SpongeBob. "How about jellyfishing?" Patrick responded. "Right, let's give him a jellyfish net," SpongeBob said. SpongeBob grabbed his jellyfish net and the two friends set out in search of SpongeZilla. They found it in the front of the Krusty Krab. "Over here," SpongeBob called, waving his arm to get the creature's attention. He held out his jellyfish net. SpongeBob bent down to pick up the net, but his hands were too big, and it crushed the tiny net. "Uh-oh, SpongeBob," Patrick said. "I think we made SpongeZilla mad." The monster roared and stomped its foot. "Patrick, quick! Make SpongeZilla look at you," SpongeBob called. "Why do I have to do that?" Patrick asked, frightened. "Because it's time for Plan B," SpongeBob replied before hurrying into the Krusty Krab. Patrick did his best to get SpongeZilla's attention, mostly by running around in circles and screaming a lot. SpongeBob returned quickly with a piping hot Krabby Patty. The little scent of the patty stopped the monster in its tracks. "One extra deluxe Krabby Patty, come and get it," SpongeBob called. The monster took a patty and swallowed it in one gulp. It smiled and burped loudly. "I think it worked," Patrick cheered. Suddenly, the creature turned and grabbed the Krusty Krab. It picked up the entire restaurant and shook it upside down over its mouth. Uh-oh, Patrick, I think SpongeZilla wants more Krabby Patties, SpongeBob said. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Patrick asked, panicked. SpongeBob thought for a moment. Just then, a guy in a Krabby Patty costume ran past. Excuse me, SpongeBob said to the guy. Where did you get that costume? Krabs hired me to wear it and hand out flowers for the Krusty Krab. But the monster was a part of the deal. What's the deal? I'm out here, the guy answered. Do you think I could borrow your patty suit, sir? SpongeBob asked. Take it, the guy replied quickly. We're doomed anyway. What now? For now, look, I'm reading. Don't interrupt me. Shut up yourself, Mom. Sorry. SpongeBob put on the Krabby Patty suit. I don't like this, Patrick said as he stared at the crushed tuna fish in his hands. Me neither, Patrick, but I'm this town's only hope. SpongeBob replied. No, I mean what SpongeBob did to your net. It's broken. Patrick cried. Thanks for your concern, Pat, said SpongeBob. Well, I'm up to lead SpongeZilla wiping from Bikini Bottom before it destroys the whole town. Good luck, SpongeBob. You're not very brave. And you're not doing enough too, Patrick added. As soon as the creature saw SpongeBob, it licked its lips and took off after him. SpongeBob ran as fast as he could. He ran past the boarding school and cut across Jellyfish Fields. SpongeZilla was easily gaining on him, though. Each step the monster took was 10 times bigger than one of SpongeBob's tiny steps. It didn't take long for the creature to catch up to SpongeBob. It grabbed SpongeBob in one of his huge hands and dangled him over its mouth. SpongeZilla, please don't eat me, SpongeBob cried. But it was too late. The next thing SpongeBob knew, he was falling. No, don't leave me, SpongeBob cried. Don't leave me. Hey, SpongeBob, wake up, called a familiar voice. SpongeBob opened his eyes and expected to see the gaping mouth of a giant yellow monster. Instead, he found himself on the floor of his bedroom. Look at Patrick. I think you were having a nightmare, Patrick said. I was, SpongeBob explained. I guess those movies did scare me a little, after all. But not super fish. Oh yeah, that's why I came back to check on you, he lied. Maybe next time we can dress up and go trick-or-treating instead, Patrick's sister. I agreed, said SpongeBob. In fact, I know the perfect costume. The end.